Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk About Clutter. I'm your host, Margo Staten, a professional organizer specializing in chronic clutter. And today I want to talk about all the wonderful benefits of achieving a clutter-free, clean, and tidy home. Decluttering your home is not just about, achieving that clean and tidy space that's easy to maintain. What a lot of us don't realize is that decluttering various rooms in your house actually improves your health and well-being. So today, let's talk about clutter and health and how those two are related and how decluttering your home can impact how you feel, how you look, how confident you are, your diet, whether or not you're exercising. All of these wonderful things will start to happen when you begin to declutter your home. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how clutter affects your health and your mental health, which rooms in your home specifically, if you declutter, impact all of these wonderful, healthy things in your life. I'm also going to share a wonderful success story from a client who came in, who was working with me, who at first was overwhelmed, felt hopeless, felt helpless, had a lot of anxiety, had a lot of stress, was going through grief, and what happened after she decluttered her home and how her life improved and how your life can improve as well. And you will begin to see all of these magical things happening when you purge your space. So clutter affects us physically in many ways. So for example, statistically, people who have cluttered kitchens tend to eat less healthy. If we have cluttered living rooms, right, lack of space can actually limit exercise opportunities at home. And we all know how important exercising, or rather daily exercise, is for our health. Clutter also creates obstacles to moving freely around your space. A cluttered bedroom can contribute to difficulties falling and staying asleep, and a cluttered home has been linked to the worsening of chronic illnesses. Let's take our kitchens as an example. So how clutter affects healthy eating habits. Look, the truth is every single one of us should probably eat healthier. Maybe you've been kind of tiptoeing around a particular diet and you're like, I don't have time to meal prep. I don't even know where to begin. And my kitchen is just chaos and my countertops are overwhelmed with clutter. And, a cluttered kitchen just does not lend itself to healthier eating. So when we have a lot of clutter in our kitchen, that reduces our motivation to cook, right? A cluttered kitchen can be overwhelming and demotivating. When countertops are cluttered, there's often very little room to prepare meals, which can lead to, you can probably relate to this, to takeout and quick frozen meals that aren't always healthy. A cluttered kitchen also increases the temptation for unhealthy choices, usually gravitating towards chips and sweets instead of fruits, vegetables, and nuts as more healthier alternatives. The stress and anxiety caused by a cluttered environment can lead to emotional eating, which tends to be things that aren't the healthiest. All of this will change for you once you declutter your kitchen. So not only does clutter impact your physical health, but clutter in your home has a huge impact on your mental health. I've seen this again and again and again. I also have lived this. I am somebody who suffers from chronic anxiety. And years ago, before I decluttered and literally went atomic in my home, my anxiety was terrible. I was stressed. I was on the brink of burnout. 7 years ago, I hit rock bottom. I was like unemployed, getting divorced, had a toddler. I had the lowest self-esteem. I felt suffocated in my space. I actually used to spend a lot of time sitting in my car because I felt like it was the only place that I can take a deep breath in, right? Because my home was just chaotic. There was a lot of toxic crap all over, things that reminded me of my failed marriage. My space felt dark. It was just a hot mess. And it really, the amount of anxiety attacks I experienced before I purged my home were, I can't even tell you. I was a hot mess. All of that changed when I purged my home. So clutter actually increases your anxiety. Clutter increases your stress levels. The sight of clutter, and you can probably relate to this, serves as a constant reminder of tasks undone. Clutter can lead to a chaotic mind, making it hard to focus and work on other goals. So, if you're like, I want to lose weight and I want to exercise and I want to eat better and I want to attract a better partner and I want to get a better job, it's so hard to kind of get the clarity in our minds to make that happen when we are overstimulated by a bunch of stuff in our home. Clutter is distracting. Clutter can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, and low self-esteem, and it can make existing mental health symptoms worse. So having a lot of stuff in your home, in various rooms of your home, can actually make your depression, your anxiety, and especially your ADHD so much worse. The best part is that can all change. So I'm going to share a little bit about one of my clients, one of my one-on-one clients. Her name is Jessica. Jess came to me feeling trapped and stuck both in her home and in her life. Her entire home had been cluttered. Some of the clutter was her own, and other was her mother's, who passed away. Jessica knew she had to make a change. She wanted to stop feeling overwhelmed and stressed. She knew that she should feel better. She knew that she should be better. She just did not know how to get there. When me and Jessica started working together, we started by creating a decluttering plan for her home, listing out her goals. We began decluttering in her kitchen. And this led her to notice that her pantry was full of binge-worthy snacks that were contributing to her weight gain. Decluttering her kitchen also led Jessica to see her primary care physician for the first time in 5 years and get her blood work done. Once she finished purging her kitchen, her clean and tidy kitchen became a space for healthier cooking and meal planning. Next, Jessica and I moved on to decluttering her bedroom. Her bed was covered in boxes, piles of clothing. I remember there was a lamp on her bed as well, and other random items, leaving her very little room to sleep. The truth is that she sometimes didn't even sleep in her bedroom. She slept in a chair in her living room. Her bedroom was also filled with tons of unnecessary furniture and an abundance of clothing. Day by day, week by week, Jessica decluttered her bedroom. I still remember the day that she messaged me on Voxer and told me, Margo, oh my God, I finally slept on my entire bed. It was so wonderful to hear that. She sounded so happy. She was finally able to reconnect with quality sleep. After her bedroom, Jessica decluttered her living room, which was a challenge because many of the boxes there were from her mother, who passed away. Decluttering her living room was quite an emotional journey. And, I provided a lot of accountability and support and encouraged her through gentle decluttering. Here, she purged slower. And I also encouraged her to speak with a grief counselor to help her with the process. This progress allowed her to clear her space. She started exercising regularly. She had a treadmill in her living room and it was buried by boxes. She had a bunch of clothing. She couldn't even get to it. But when she decluttered her space, she was able to gain access to her treadmill, and she actually started working out and exercising and running on it. It took 6 months. And 6 months later, Jessica lost 28 pounds. She had eliminated stress-related sweet eating. She finally enjoys better sleep. She exercises 4 days a week. She still sees a counselor to work through some of her residual trauma. And on top of everything, she has attracted a wonderful new man in her life. Jessica is no different from you. Her success story is no different from what your success story can be once you take action, once you commit to deciding to purge your home, and you understand that so many wonderful, beautiful things will happen when you begin to declutter your space. I am a firm believer. I've been a decluttering coach for a long time. I've served hundreds of clients, and every single one of them, as she is purging her space, begins to see all of these incredible, wonderful, powerful things happening in her life. So each room of your home contributes to a specific type of benefit in your life. So decluttering your home, I encourage you to start with spaces that have the most impact on your daily life and health. And I am going to highlight some of these rooms in the hopes of inspiring you to choose one, right? And really reap the benefits of the health outcomes that come out of purging this space. So let's start with your kitchen. A clutter-free kitchen will encourage healthier eating habits. It becomes easier to have access to healthy foods and ingredients. It reduces when you have a clean and tidy and clutter-free kitchen. It will reduce temptation to eat junk food. My favorite thing is like declutter your pantry and get rid of things that are unhealthy, because at the end of the day, out of sight, out of mind. If you don't have it in the house, then you're not going to gravitate towards eating it. Having a clutter-free kitchen also encourages cooking at home, leading to better nutrition. This is something that happened to me as well. I used to be a very unhealthy eater. I was more so a sporadic eater. I tended to not eat as frequently as I should, and I kind of just binged and snacked on whatever was available. But when I decluttered my kitchen, when I upgraded my kitchen, when I actually ended up painting my kitchen as well. Anyways, when I made my kitchen look beautiful, it lended itself to healthier eating and meal prep. If you're to declutter your kitchen, I encourage you to clear out expired and unhealthy foods. I encourage you to organize your pantry, your fridge, and your freezer, and of course, create a dedicated space for meal prep and cooking tools. The next area that really lends itself to a healthier life is your bedroom. A serene bedroom promotes better sleep and relaxation. It improves your sleep quality. It reduces stress and anxiety, and it creates a peaceful retreat from daily stressors. And let's be honest, we all need that, right? Life is full of stress. There are stressors in our lives that we can't necessarily control. The only thing we can control is our reaction to it, but it helps to have this like peaceful space, aka your bedroom, that you can kind of go into and relax and get quality, good sleep, because we function better when we sleep well. So when it comes to decluttering your bedroom, you want to remove clutter from surfaces, the floor, and under the bed. Yes, even though you can't see the clutter, it's still overstimulating you. Keep only essential items for sleep and relaxation. Now, I'm not by any means telling you to become a minimalist and get rid of everything. A lot of my clients go from maximalist to minimalist. And if you want to be a minimalist, cool. But what I will say is that your bedroom should be the most minimalist room in your home. You should not have any work-related stuff or exercise gear in your bedroom. And also it kind of helps to consider calming colors and minimalist decor. Next space is your living room. A clutter-free living room promotes family time and relaxation. Some of the health benefits include encourages more quality time with family and friends, reduces visual and mental stress, and creates a welcoming environment for guests. If you're someone who maybe wants to host or used to host before your home had a ton of clutter, and maybe now you're feeling a little bit embarrassed about your space and maybe you don't have enough space to kind of host guests, decluttering your living room will give you the opportunity to reconnect with people. Some actionable steps here: you can clear out unnecessary furniture and decor. I encourage my clients to remove 80% of the bulky stuff. So if you have like a bunch of tables and unnecessary chairs, start with removing the bulkier items first. I'm someone who used to have a coffee table. And I found that, in general, I find that coffee tables or like surfaces or tables in general are magnets for clutter. Like they're just, oh my God, so magnetic. So my coffee table in my living room used to attract a ton of clutter. And I literally found myself, and this is from me, from other members of my household, and it used to drive me absolutely nuts. I was like, how many times a day do I need to clean this darn coffee table? So you know what I did? I just got rid of the coffee table and I never looked back. I don't miss it. I do not miss it. I have absolutely no surfaces in my living room and I'm happy with that. So you want to organize your media and entertainment areas. You want to create a cozy seating arrangement for conversation and relaxation where people can face each other. And of course, if you want to level up a little bit, and this is something I did in my living room, is create a reading nook. Create that maybe corner that has plants that maybe, you can put a cup of coffee or something nearby and just cuddle up into it and relax. And it's really peaceful, especially on a very high stress day. Another room is your bathroom. An organized bathroom enhances daily routines and personal hygiene. So some health benefits include it will be easier for you to access self-care products. It promotes a relaxing atmosphere for bathing and relaxation, and of course helps to reduce the stress of searching for items. We ladies, we have a ton of hair and face products, and it can be overwhelming. Our sinks are like overrun by bottles and sprays and shampoo. Just a ton of stuff. Visually, it's so overwhelming. So keep only what you need. Keep only what you use. I encourage you, just because you bought that facial moisturizer a couple of years ago and it was super expensive, but it's not good for your skin, and now it's staring at you and you're holding on to it and it's shaming you and guilting you because you spent so much money on it. Let it go. You're not using it. I promise you that when you let it go, maybe you'll think about it for a day or two and then you will forget all about it. So declutter your countertops and cabinets. Keep only essential toiletries and products. Create a soothing spa-like atmosphere with minimal decor and, again, calming colors. Next is a home office. If you have a home office, a clutter-free home office increases productivity and reduces distractions. You will have better focus. You will have better concentration. You will reduce the stress associated with a chaotic workplace. And it'll actually encourage you to have efficient work habits. When I decluttered my office space, I saved so much time. I found that I started focusing and completing tasks so much faster. So organize your paperwork and office supplies and set up a dedicated workspace free from household distractions. Even if your workspace is not necessarily a home office, but maybe a little nook or corner in your living room, keep it clean and tidy. And finally, our closets. Our closets are probably one of the most challenging spaces to declutter. Our wardrobes, our dressers. I actually have an entire course on how to strategically declutter your closet and your wardrobe, and even transition into becoming a wardrobe minimalist. I am a wardrobe minimalist. I own very little clothing and I couldn't be happier. And it really has a lot to do with identifying your current style and living for your present self, not your fantasy self. I'll leave a link to the course in the show notes. But our closets often hold more than just clothing. They can store memories, emotions, and even self-perceptions. Decluttering your closet can lead to greater self-confidence and a healthier mindset. A tidy closet isn't just about organization. It's about letting go of the past and embracing your present beautiful self. Removing clothing that makes you feel guilty and ashamed about your body. Decluttering outfits that no longer fit your lifestyle. Get rid of clothing for a life you imagined but don't actually live. And surround yourself with feel good clothing. Eliminate the stress of decision fatigue by having less, and celebrate who you are today and dress accordingly. I live in a teeny tiny New York City apartment. I literally have one closet and it pretty much belongs to my daughter. My entire wardrobe fits into 2 dresser drawers. Now I know you're probably thinking that's crazy. And that didn't happen overnight. It took me probably a year. I did Project 333. So I wardrobe capsuled. So it took me a while to actually downsize, but it's really funny. My family makes fun of me all the time because they're like, if Margo does not do laundry 1 week, she will have nothing to wear. And it's absolutely true. Short of like extra socks and underwear, I only have enough clothing for the week, right? For every season. So you don't have to go that minimalist. But so many incredible things start to happen when you declutter your closet. You have the power to transform your home and your life. I'm hoping that with this podcast episode, maybe decluttering one of the rooms, maybe you have a goal, right, to lose weight, right? That starts with the kitchen. That might start with the living room, right? Choose a room and just take action. Just start. You will be pleasantly surprised how quickly you will begin to feel better, and how your life will begin to improve little by little as you purge and as you declutter your home. It also helps to have accountability. So if you're interested, I am a decluttering coach, and working with me is super simple and straightforward. This is how you know if you are ready to work with a mentor, to work with an accountability partner. You're already aware that your home needs decluttering. You can try to do it all on your own, but you value your time and sanity, knowing that with expert support, you can do it much faster. You're somebody who would like to see real, lasting change in your home environment. You want someone in your corner who will help you get unstuck and remind you that you're working towards a healthier home and a healthier life. You are somebody who appreciates the value of personalized support and accountability. You don't want generic advice. You don't want a one-size-fits-all solution. You want a partner in this journey who understands your unique challenges and preferences. And you want to borrow the best of my expertise and experience, apply it to your situation, and achieve impressive, sustainable results that enhance your lifestyle and well-being. If you're ready, if you're like, that's it, I'm committed, I need accountability, I need support, I need mentorship, I want to declutter my space, I want to be a better, happier, healthier person, I will leave information in the show notes on how we can work together. So I hope you found this episode helpful. Thank you so much for listening. And as always, good luck on your decluttering journey.